Hey everyone, I'm Brett.
And I'm Katie.
And welcome to our review of One Night Ultimate Alien.
Woohoo!
Now, first things we should say, this is the fourth, probably final game in the series. This one, you absolutely need the app to play with. God bless you.
Thank you.
You absolutely need the app to play with because it's more random. There's like ripples and people do different stuff.
Time warps.
So yeah, you need the app to play with the game. So get a smartphone, get an iPad, get a tablet.
Okay.
And have fun with the game.
Have a good old time.
Now I'm gonna say I was so excited for this game.
Oh my gosh, he was counting the days down.
I kickstarted it.
The week it came out, he was like, "Did the mail come? Did the mail come yet? Did the mail come?"
And boy, oh boy, was I let down. This is by far my least favorite game in the series.
You still like it?
I like it, and I like cards from it. I like the Mortician, I like the blob a lot, but
we don't normally play with all of the cards from this, though. We'll like take one or two and mix them in with Daybreak or Ultimate.
Here's my problem. So in the game, it's like random. So let's take the Rascal, which I like. So the Rascal can either like move cards or rob cards, and that's fine. I have no problem with it. Mm-hmm. I think it's cool.
It's cool.
But what is weird is that some of the ripples and some of the time warps or whatever, they're not explained well. So in the rules or whatever, they don't explain any of the ripples of what happens. Because you can watch our first Alien video where the aliens woke up and it said turn someone, or it said tap a player's hand, they're now on the alien team. But every now and then it'll say tap a player's hand and their card is now an alien card. So
Isn't that the same thing?
Well, no, that makes me think, like, what does it mean to be on an alien team? Does that mean you can die for the aliens? Or does that mean if you die, you lose, but the aliens win? Kind of like Nostradamus? I just wanted more rules to be explained.
Yeah.
I think that's my main...
There's a lot of not knowing.
That's my main problem with the game.
Yeah.
But let's get into it.
Sure.
We have two aliens.
They're spooky.
Which they wake up, and I don't even know what to tell you because it's random every time. Sometimes they have to give their card to the alien on the right, which is interesting when you have the synthetic alien in play or Zoob and Group. Sometimes they get to look at cards. Sometimes they get to look at a center card. So I think they're fun. So another thing I should say, if you kickstarted One Night Alien, you get more options with the app. Yeah. And I have to say, those should already be in the app. I think it's insane that only Kickstarter backers can get access to that stuff.
I mean, at this point, though, isn't it just a code that you can get online?
I don't know if I'll get in trouble for saying that or not.
Okay, then just kidding. No one.
But yes, you can look up the code.
I mean, it's complicated.
Are they gonna come? Are they gonna come after us? Or is Bezier Games gonna come after us? I think it should be public knowledge, because those options we use. I changed so much of the options. I got rid of all that alien team stuff.
Yeah.
You
can change like the frequency of things happening, which I think was a huge help. Like what is it, ripples or whatever at the very end? Is it ripples? So yeah, okay. So ripples at the very end were happening like almost every single time when we started playing, and now it's like 1 in 3 games or something.
But one of the alien ripples was, hey, you just cut your time in half, or you cut it down to 1 minute, and I was like, no, we set our timer at what we want it to be.
Yeah, it's not practical for
I don't know. I
the
didn't
size of the group that we had or anything like that.
So yeah, well, moving on. Then we have Zerb and Groob. So you kind of need them both in the game.
She's a lady alien.
You kind of need them both in the game. If you only have one, then it doesn't really matter. So if they're both in play, they only win if they kill the other alien, which I don't like.
I don't like it either because I feel like that's like making their team lose. Do you know what I mean?
No,
like
I
it's
don't.
Almost like they're traitors.
Here's why I don't like it. Because if you're Zerb and you see Groob, when you wake up, almost 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be like, I'm Groob, and she's Groob. Since I said that, you should help me out and let's vote for her.
Yeah.
I feel like, and then it's a gamble on if
which team they're gonna pick.
If the villagers are gonna vote, because they're gonna kill an alien either way.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're like, yeah, he told us who's who. Well, let's win and vote with him.
It's pretty.
So it's hard to counteract that strategy.
A little bit.
Then we have the synthetic alien, which I think is super cool. I think
It's like a tanner.
he's a tanner that wakes up with the aliens. Yeah. So I think it's cool that he gets to see who the other aliens are.
Undercover.
I kind of wish he worked with the werewolves. I wish there was a synthetic werewolf. That should have been a bonus pack 3. Come on, Bezier Games. The synthetic werewolf and synthetic vampire would have been super cool.
That would be cool.
That's what I want to see more than synthetic alien. I like him a lot, especially with the card switching ripple. Mm-hmm. Then it's like another alien might be synthetic alien. They don't even know about it. They only win if they die. It's weird that the app says something else. If the app will be like, he wins as long as another player dies. Or no, as long as no other player dies. And that's not true. He only wins if he dies.
Correct.
He's super fun, I think.
He's interesting.
Then we have the cow, which again...
looks just like Brett Mounts.
Looks just like me.
That's so weird.
I wish the cow worked with vampires and werewolves. So the cow will stick out their fist. If an alien is next to them, they tip them. But I just think it would have been so cool, because I like that card a lot. Because you don't know which side. You're just like, I know there's an alien.
Why can't we just play with the werewolves and just say it's like the exact same rule?
Because the cow, it will never get announced on the app. It'll just act like a villager card.
That's a bummer. Well, we could just say it, though.
We could. We definitely could, but we don't do that. So I wish the cow worked with... Because werewolves would tip a cow, right?
Yeah. Or they'd eat a cow.
And a vampire would tip over a cow.
Or suck its blood.
Maybe not a vampire, because it doesn't make sense with the story, but...
Yeah.
I like the cow a lot. Then we have Exposer. Yeah. We have Exposer, which is random. It will flip over a certain amount of center cards. Sometimes it's 1, 2, or 3. It's rarely ever 3. Mm-hmm. What are you looking at?
I don't see the exposer on the back of this thing. I thought that was bonus pack.
No, it's on there.
Is it?
Yeah, not all the cards are on the back.
That's why. Just kidding.
So he's fun. Especially if you have, I don't know, the Alpha Wolf, the Copycat.
Yeah, if you have like a...
center card stuff.
Ultimate battle.
An epic battle?
Epic battle. Mm-hmm.
We've never played an epic battle.
I'm just saying, it'd be fun to have him in the mix.
Oh, okay.
An epic battle.
Then we have a Psychic, which is like the Seer, except you can't look at... You have to do what the app tells you. It'd be like, look at an even player's card, or look at an odd player's card, or look at a card who has a higher number than you. It's always one card, and it's never a center card, so it's like a lesser Seer. So
yeah. Or like a robber that doesn't get to keep the card.
But you get screwed over most of the time, because it'll be like, look at a player card who's higher than you, and it's just like, if you're 6, then you're like, alright.
Out of 6 people, yeah. And they go not towards the end, right?
They go, I don't know. I think they go pretty soon after Seer.
Psychic is 5G.
So they're kind of after Seer and stuff.
But I feel like there's still shuffling going on.
Yeah, they're shuffling after.
So it's not really helpful information.
It might be fun. It might be fun to have her and the apprentice Seer. So you have a center card known and a player's card known.
It's possible.
And it might be better that they get less information.
Yeah, probably.
Then we have the Oracle, which wakes up and answers a question on the app, which sounded really cool to me before, but now that we've played, I don't really care.
So, my thing with the Oracle is I feel like it would be cool if they had a wider variety of questions. I feel like it was like the same 2 questions, or like pick a number or something.
Yes.
And then that changed the outcome of the game. So much so that one, or more than once, we always got the option of like, okay, just kidding, everyone's game is now to find this one card, and then if you find that one card, then you all win.
So basically what you're kind of like saying it, but you're not going...
What?
Sometimes the Oracle will wake up and it has to pick a number 1 through 10. Most of the time you're going to pick the wrong number, and it's going to say, yeah, everyone has to kill the Oracle. We only win if we kill the Oracle. So it totally ruins the game, I think.
Yeah.
And then
it makes the the aliens feel better though, because no one's coming after them
what I
anymore.
liked was our house rule where if the Oracle was in the center, we have to ignore it. So, which is not. I think if in the original game, if the Oracle's in the middle, we have to circle vote to win.
Right.
But I kind of like that, because then we have to decide. Oh, is the Oracle in the middle? So are we trying to find the aliens, or are we trying to find the Oracle?
Yeah, I like that house rule.
I like that house rule better. But overall, the Oracle didn't get much. Sometimes you can like look at other players' cards. Sometimes.
She's wearing gloves.
Cool.
Yep.
Then we have the Rascal, which is like...
He's cool. We play with him a lot.
Yeah, he's like the robber, troublemaker, witch, and village idiot all in one.
All the shuffle cards.
Yeah. And it's random, so it's going to be like steal an even player's cards.
And he can play with werewolf and vampire.
Yeah, you just need the number tokens
That's
out.
what I thought.
So he's fun.
I feel like we play with him the most out of all of the alien
No,
cards.
Mortician I think we play the most.
Oh, you're right.
I like the
or blob.
I like Mortician and blob a lot. But hey, we're going to save that because we have the leader. The leader's interesting.
I don't know if we've ever played with the
Yeah,
leader.
we have.
Have we?
Yeah, definitely have.
Okay.
He's interesting because he wakes up and he sees who the aliens are.
Mm-hmm.
And he has that information. But if the aliens figure out who he is and vote for him, the aliens win.
Mm.
So he needs to be like, hey, let's vote for Johnny, but I ain't no leader.
Yeah.
It's a tricky card.
That's
Plus, he has more rules with Zerb and Groob. If he sees both Zerb and Groob are in the game, I forget. I honestly forget the rules. He either needs to kill him or keep him alive.
Yeah, I did not remember playing with the leader at all. He's confusing.
Then we have the Mortician, which I like a lot. So he only wins if a player on his right or left dies. And sometimes he gets to see one of their cards, or both their cards, or none of them.
And it's always nice when you're the Mortician and you're sitting next to an alien or someone, because then it just works out for everybody.
But it's hard to trust because the Mortician is almost always going to say, hey, there's a werewolf next to me, because he wants everyone to vote for that person.
Right, that's true.
But,
That's what I'm saying. It works out when it just happens to actually be true.
But and it's cool if the Mortician card gets swooped around, because then a person has to kill a player to the right and doesn't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the Blob, which is much harder to play, I would say.
Basically the opposite of the Mortician.
He needs to, it's either two players to the right, it's some random group of right or left, where
Sometimes it's one of each.
He needs himself and the two people, whatever,
that
not to die.
Yeah.
It's usually 3 people total.
I wonder if you play with more people, it's a larger group.
Maybe.
Ooh.
So he's fun. He's just trying to keep them alive. And you never want to come out with the information that you're a Mortician or Blob.
No.
Because then people are going to not trust what you say.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to come up with, like, no, I'm the psychic and I sell their card.
Although it's kind of obvious when you say something like, oh, yeah, I did this, but I want Brett to stay alive just because I trust that he's what he says he is. Like, It's kind of obvious that you're the Blob.
You could always claim Mortician and be like, hey, I saw both of their cards and they're both solid.
Yeah, that's true.
Which we've never done before. So let's get into bonus pack 3.
Okay.
We have alternate artwork for the alien. It's a female alien.
Ooh, lady girl.
Alternate artwork for the troublemaker.
Ooh, sexy.
Now, you can't put 2 troublemakers in the game or 2 robbers in the game.
Such a bummer.
But you can put the Rascal or whatever.
Psychic.
Or Gremlin. Then we have alternate artwork for the robber. Then the new
You probably did that because everyone else's robbers were like worn off by now if you didn't get the protective sleeve.
Yeah. And then we have the empath, which I think
you don't like.
I think was cool, but when I heard the questions she gets asked, so she wakes up and is going to ask the other people to answer questions. It's going to say, point at someone who you like the most.
Or like, point at someone who you think looks cool today. Like,
it's like BS questions, and that's why I don't like it. I don't know how.
Dresses the coolest.
I don't know what questions they could ask that would be helpful.
Like game-related play?
Maybe like randomly, like, hey, stick out your thumb if you saw a card.
That's what the other card does.
Yeah, but it could be random. It could be like, stick out a card if you moved a card. Stick out a card, or stick out your thumb if you didn't do anything, or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the questions they ask. It's just interesting. Like, when we all wake up, it's just a fun conversation. And I also, as an alien or werewolf or vampire or whatever, bad guy team, I always enjoy when the conversation, like, during the discussion phase, gets off topic. Because I just watch the clock dwindle and no one's pointing their finger at me. So if we're talking about, oh, yeah, Dylan looks the nicest today, yeah, let's keep talking about that for 3.5 minutes. And that's less
a long
heat
time to talk about how nice he looks.
That's, like, less heat on my shoulders, you know?
True.
So I like the empath.
It's also hard for an alien to claim empath because then you got to know who answered what.
Yeah.
So it's basically a villager that an alien wouldn't claim.
Yeah. So it will not a scapegoat card. Maybe that's why I like her. There you go. I also like just random conversation during the game.
Then we have the body snatcher, which adds a whole nother element to the game.
And you do a good job explaining this one.
So the alien wakes up, and so we kind of changed it in our app. They wake up and can either look at another player's card and they steal it. They full on swap the cards or the center card. But whatever card they take becomes the alien card. So if he sees a villager and takes it, that villager card is now an alien. It's like, he put on a costume of a villager. That way, if a seer sees it, they'll be like, oh, it's just a stupid villager. Or if a robber robs it, they might think they just robbed a villager.
But it's not.
It's actually an alien. The reason why I changed it so we only steal from the center is because if you make it, I steal from another player, I just added another alien. Like, if I steal your villager, this villager's an alien, plus you're now an alien because you have the body snatcher card.
Right. Yeah, that's confusing.
So that's why I changed it to only steal from the center.
And you can do that in the app because you kickstarted it?
Yes. Which I think should be available to everyone, but it's not. But you can look it up online.
I have a question. It might be a dumb question. You might want to cut this part out. If we're playing with, like, the actual villager boring card, and we have, like, a group of, like, 8 people, and, like, 3 of us are all, like, the villager card, and the body snatcher takes 1 villager card, but then, like, when we all wake up, like, how do we know which villager scapegoat boring card is the...
That's a super interesting question.
Are you being sarcastic?
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
My solution to that might be hard for everyone.
What'd you do?
I would say record it. That's like the only way I could, because then you could follow the card. Or
so, like, if you're the body snatcher, just break out your phone and be like, this is the card.
No. After the game, after the voting and everything, you would just have to figure out what happened and follow the card.
That would be confusing.
And everyone would have to be honest.
Because that's the only, I mean, other than, like, a Mason or something, that's, like, the only repeat cards that would cause an issue.
That's super interesting. I never thought of that.
Woo! Look! New thoughts about the game.
Yeah, so if a body snatcher steals a villager and there's 2 other villagers at that, you would have to really back trace it.
Yeah,
because
if a troublemaker, When does the body snatcher go though? Is he last?
He wakes up right after the aliens, so he's near the beginning.
Oh yeah, then you'd have to just
because he's supposed to fool the seer, the gremlin, or the psychic.
Yeah. Super confusing.
And then we have the Nostradamus. The Nostradamus wakes up and may view up to 3 cards.
Whoa!
But if they see a non-villager card, they join that team. They don't become
and they
that.
Stop looking, right?
Yeah, and they stop looking. They don't become that card. They join the team, which is interesting.
Correct.
So let's say a PI sees a Tanner card. Mm-hmm. They become a Tanner and they want to die.
Wait, Nostradamus.
No.
Oh.
I'm talking about PI.
Oh, okay.
Don't confuse me.
I thought you were confused.
If a PI sees a Tanner,
right.
they become a Tanner and want to die.
Oh, okay.
If a Nostradamus sees a Tanner,
they just want that Tanner to die.
They join the Tanner team and want that Tanner to die. Right. At least that's how I understand the rules.
Yeah, but if the Nostradamus sees the alien, or any alien, they join the alien team, and they don't want an alien to die.
Here's the deal. If the Nostradamus sees a werewolf, vampire, or alien, they join the bad guy team. If they die, they lose, but the alien team wins, or werewolf or vampire. Okay. So it's like they kind of become a minion, but the Nostradamus doesn't want to die because they lose no matter what.
So if they die...
They lose no matter what.
Okay. What if they see the synthetic alien? Is that like the Tanner? They'd be on like the Tanner team?
I think they join the synthetic alien team and they want the synthetic alien to die.
Makes sense.
So if he dies, that'll be a lose-lose either way. The cool thing about Nostradamus is it announces the app. You have to select on the app, and it announces. So I think he's pretty cool.
That is cool.
He's cool but tricky.
I wonder if, like, maybe without the app announcing, like, would it have the same effect, or would we just like rely on? Oh, Brody's very interested now. Would we just rely on like the Nostradamus telling the truth? Like, is that why the app announces it?
I think it just adds another element because it'll say Nostradamus is on the alien team. Even if there is no Nostradamus in play, it will announce randomly, but it just adds fun. Like, ooh, we have an extra alien. Or,
it adds some fun.
So if he joins the Mortician team,
yeah,
he wants whoever's right or left to the Mortician to die, which is interesting. And if he's on the blob team, he wants the blob to survive, which I think is super cool. It's different than the PI, and I think that's cool.
It is cool.
So,
those are the games.
But Alien is my least favorite out of the 4 games. If I were to buy them, I would buy them in order they came out.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, and 4. Mm-hmm. And I would get all the bonus packs. I feel like I like all the cards in the game. Obviously, I like more than some, but yeah, that's how I feel. I wish the rules were explained more in...
For Alien.
Yes, in the Alien.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
What can you do?
What can you do? Oh, what are you going to do, Brody? Can you not do that on camera, sweetie?
So that's how I feel about One Night Ultimate Alien. Katie, how do you feel? 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down?
1 thumb up and 1 thumb like 3/4.
What? That's so... How do you feel about Vampire? How do you feel about Daybreak? How do you feel about Werewolf?
I mean, I like Alien. Alien's fun. I just don't like some elements of Alien.
Maybe we play with it more.
Yeah.
I should have a t-shirt that says maybe we should play with that more.
You should.
But guys, I know I've been saying this a lot lately. Tell me, how do you feel about One Night Alien in the...
Comments below!
Either the comments below or join my Discord. The link is in the description. It's free.
It's an app.
It's a free program or app.
It's like a chat room.
It's like a chat room. You can talk about One Night Werewolf, Alien, Vampire.
Or you can talk about how cute Brett is. Yeah, do it.
You can talk about pizza for all I care.
Ooh.
But there's a own chat room just for One Night Alien. It's great. Or One Night Werewolf.
Please, talk about how cute Brody is.
And, yeah. So, that's how we feel about One Night Alien. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.